What's up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. This one, going to take a look at this new high-speed motor from FMS. They are offering this thing for the FCX24. Hopefully, we're going to get a little more wheel speed and power out of this. It looks basically the exact same, and the pinion looks the same. I'll have to check that, but this is the high-speed version. So we're going to see what this thing has to offer. You can see the date on it, 8/30 of 22. This is G0094 7.4 volt, it says. So anyhow, we're going to pull a stock motor out of this stock truck, 100% stock truck. And then once we get this installed, we'll run it side by side with another stock truck, maybe compare it with like my $6 motor upgrade. And I have another motor coming very soon that I think it's going to be really good in this thing, so we'll definitely compare it against it as well. So let's get this installed and see what we get. All right, so we're going to pull these bottom 4 screws. Pretty simple. Now, our motor wires are kind of black tarred in here. All right, so hopefully, I think this pinion is going to slide straight out. The motor is going to slide straight out, I should say, of this case. Some of the early ones didn't have a cutout for the pinion to slide through, so you had to actually cut. And you guys know, if you've seen where I installed the Mofo big block and a couple of the other motors I've put in these, I've had to cut that out to get that out of there. These are how most of the newer ones are made now. So that is sweet, because that's a job trying to cut that to get this out of here. Same exact pinion, obviously. So this is obviously a straight bolt in. Wouldn't assume anything else. All right, so there you can see the 2 motors. Very curious to see how this runs. All right, so not bad at all. We got that installed. Bring our wire back around, plug it in, and see how this thing runs. All right, guys, so we got our new speed motor installed in this truck right here. Now, we have a lot of trucks here, so I'm going to explain what we got going on. I want to run the speed motor in here against some of these just to kind of compare speeds, all right? So this thing, we have this one here with the big block, the Mofo big block installed in it. I just did an install video on that. These are the new wheels and tires from FMS. They're like an aluminum rim with a BF Goodrich tire. Pretty cool, like on-road style tire. I don't see these being great on the rocks, but you know I'm going to test them out eventually. But I just put those on there because they're a little bit bigger. I didn't have enough monster truck tires for all of these. It'll be fine. This is a completely stock FCX monster truck thing or something. I don't know. This one here has my $6 motor upgrade in it. So if you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. This is a really good, cheap motor that bolts straight in to the FCX24. It's very fast. I threw the Injora wheels and tires on it just to give it some larger monster truck tires for this test. This is my old school budget build. These are brushless. This one and this one here are both brushless. We're just going to compare a little bit. We're going to find the fastest brush motor and then throw it up against the brushless, all right? So this is my old budget build eBay motor. This still has FCX24 axles. So I just want to show you guys how it runs compared to these. And then this is kind of a no budget build. The Rampart with the Fury Tech, Godzilla, and Rocket Man transmission. This thing is a beast. I just did a build video on this a while back. I flipped the portal axles over to kind of lower it just to see if I could do it. And it's crazy fast, a lot of fun. So we're gonna try to throw that in the mix. But I'm gonna run all these on 2S just because these can only do 2S. They're stock FCX ESCs. One cool thing I noticed when I took these out of the box here, the ESC's got a different little case on it. But anyways, so another thing, check out how these tires fit some 1.0 wheels. Pretty sick, right? So for this one on the Injora wheel, I am running the Samix 6mm hex to get it out from the portal cover a little bit, and then the Injora wheel nuts. But this one here with the hard part crawler's wheel, I'm just running straight up hex flipped, and you can see how much room it gives there. And regular stock wheel nut. These, neither one of these, I didn't vent them, so on these beadlocks they got just an aired fill versus this. So that's interesting that these tires will fit regular wheels. That's pretty cool. You guys know where those came from. But let's go run these and get a little speed comparison. Okay, I want to start with completely stock FMS built monster truck. And this one on the right has the speed motor, low gear. I just want to show these two. Everybody's going to wonder the speed comparison between these two motors. No comparison, right? See that? That's stock motor. All right, so we're going to line these up and put them in high. All right, so high gear, same thing, stock on left, speed motor on right. Here we go. So I can't even keep that straight, but here is stock motor, dual rate, all the way up with the monster truck tires. So this is how the Max Smasher is going to be. All right, that's how the Max Smasher will be out of the box. Here's your speed motor. Big difference. These are both running the Metal Gear diffs. All right, so we're going to try to run this speed motor against one of the other faster motors. All right, we got the Mofo big block on the left, the FMS high speed motor on the right, both in low on 2S. So the FMS motor is definitely faster in low, which pretty much means it's going to be faster in high. But we're going to test it, both in high, 2S. This big block is pretty fast. It's very close, honestly, for a brush motor. That's very close, but it's not quite as fast. big block versus high speed motor. This one will backflip. It just has to hit it right. Boom. Okay, now we have the current champion, the FMS speed motor on the left. This is the $6 motor upgrade on the right in an FCX24. Basically, it has a Lizard Pro ESC with 2S. So this is speed run between these two in low. Okay, it's hard to hit them same time, but the speed difference is obvious there. So let's line them up and put them in high. All right, so now we have them both in high. FMS speed motor on the left. $6 motor upgrade on the right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, when you got two of them that are that fast, it's hard to keep them in a line. All right, so that's all we're gonna get out of the $6 motor today. It has been knocked off the podium as the fastest. The new FMS speed motor was definitely faster. I'm gonna get this thing up and running so we can crawl with both of these. I wanna do a test with the speed motor crawling as well. That truck is running the differentials, so I'll have to lock those out to do that. But long story short, I burned up my shift servo in here that I was using for the dig on this thing. My transmitters got confused. I have a couple different fly skies, and I didn't realize I had the wrong one. It was working, everything was good, but the endpoint wasn't set where it needed to be for that shifter. I was gonna take that out anyways. Dig doesn't work very well on this, so I'll deal with that later. Now we have my budget build monster truck, the Gravedigger on the left with the blue brushless eBay motor, and then the speed motor on the right. And it's faster. Now this is running SCX24 axles on 2S. This is my old budget build with the SCX24 axles. So worm gears in these axles does make a huge difference, but it really shows the speed this motor has. Now, if you put this brushless motor with some ring and pinion axles, it's probably gonna win that battle, but that's very fast. Okay, so it's now come down to the brushless Godzilla motor in the Rampart build here with FCX24 axles versus the speed motor from FMS. This is a brushed motor, again, straight bolt in, don't have to change the ESC, anything. Let's see what happens. All right, so I'm obviously running the speed motor in the FCX in high. It has no chance in low, but both of these are 2S. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, you can see, hard to keep these things in line. That thing is pretty crazy. I'll just shut my ESC off somehow. Kill switch engaged. Oh, maybe I killed the battery. Been using that same battery to test with, but this thing is definitely going to strip some gears quick, I think. Okay, so now I have the Rampart build with the Godzilla motor 2S. I'm going to bring it just out of the landscape up here, the sidewalk, just kind of a speed pass across here because I can't really punch either one of these. On the slick floor, they just go everywhere. On the grip out here, they just backflip immediately. So just to kind of show you a little speed pass here, this does hit wide open throttle right there. So now I will run the speed motor from FMS the same way so you guys can kind of see that as well. Not a big difference there. The brushless system is a little faster, and you're able to put a 3S in that the FMS stock ESC won't run 3S, so we can't really just throw a 3S in that. But if we change that ESC, ooh, that thing gets hard to handle. You can see it is a little faster, but that's a complete upgrade, ESC and motor, versus a straight bolt-in brushed motor. All right, just for the heck of it, we've got the FuryTech Micro Komodo set up, the Cayman build, ARTR almost ready to run. Just got to add your ESC receiver and that sort of thing. If you guys haven't seen my Cayman video, go check it out. But that is on the left, and the FMS speed motor brushed on the right. So brushless on the left, brushed on the right, both on 2S. 3, 2, 1. Now this system is great for crawling. It's going to be better than the speed motor, obviously, but I knew somebody would ask that. So that is the comparison between the two there. And let's put this in low. It's got a decent slow crawl there. I'm going to get this thing with some spools or lock diffs in it and try crawling with this motor to see what kind of torque we've got. But it's able to do a decent slow crawl. It just right now it has the open diffs in there, so you can see it's not going to crawl. So I wanted to take this thing out on the high grip concrete just to show it does have the torque and power to get a wheelie. With the open diffs, it sometimes doesn't. They slip a little. So that's why I think a little thicker grease in there would really be nice. I don't really want to lock it all the way, but I would like it to be just slightly a bit more locked. But you can see it's got plenty of power to flip itself, especially on these little endos, nose wheelies. A lot of fun, but it will roll quickly. All right, so I'm beyond impressed with the speed of this high-speed motor from FMS. $13 for this motor, brushed, straight bolt-in. You don't have to change anything. This is running on 2S. I'm going to put a lizard in one of these and put this thing on 3S just to see what it'll do, because it's unreal that it's keeping up with, the brushless systems. And, 3S, man, this thing's going to just rip. So we will definitely do that. It got a little bit warm, but no real heat issues. FMS is offering a heat sink for these now. I would say it's probably for this motor, because I haven't had any issues with the stock motor crawling, but they did send me one of these heat sinks, and I assume that it just clips on there just like that. So that's not going to hurt anything. That's not how it goes. If you look at it, obviously it's made to sit on there a little different, but hey, that'll work. Looks like you would almost have to notch the chassis to fit that on there the way it's meant to go. I don't know. Maybe we could get it on there. But anyways, they are offering that heat sink as well. This motor is really, really good for this truck. You're able to do some monster truck tricks. We'll do a little more. I'll take it out on the like a high grip surface and see if what kind of wheelies and stuff we can get with it. But overall, really impressed with this thing. Just wanted to show it to you guys for 13 bucks. Really hard to beat. So you guys let me know what you think about it. Having a lot of fun with these things and just a lot of stuff coming. Also got a Fury Tech motor on the way that they say is really good for this too. So we'll check that out as soon as it gets here. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell so you get notified. I'm telling you, lots of stuff coming, all right? Peace.